So continuing right here to prepare you for the retake, right? Doesn't matter what grade you have right now, you could change it to an A plus all tomorrow, right? With this 10 question retake. And it's the same exact stuff. So please study your quiz. Let's pick up where we left off, number 7 or number 8. Write each equation in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay? So obviously it's not in slope-intercept form. It looks like it's in point-slope form. So you need to change it. Let's get rid of the parentheses by distributing. So let me get really close here. And let's distribute negative 7 times x, negative 7x. Negative 7 times 1 is negative 7. We have the equal sign, the y, the plus, the 1. And the only other thing you need to do is what? To get y by itself. Subtract 1, it'll cancel out, and subtract 1 over here, and you'll get your final answer, which is y equals negative 7. Whoa, that's not a 7. Negative 7x minus 8, and you're done. See how easy that is? So this next one, it says write an equation in slope-intercept form. Again, y equals mx plus b. But they tell you that passes through a given point and is parallel to the graph of the given equation. Okay? So they give you a point and they give you a line that's parallel. You guys want to do 9 or 10? Pick one. 10, okay. So they give you a point, and what is a point really? It's an x value and a y value. And they tell you that your line is parallel to the given line. Okay, so parallel means the same slope. Okay, once again, parallel means the same slope. So indirectly, they're giving you the m value. So if they give you the m indirectly and a point, you could always write it in point-slope form. Once again, point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m, we'll do m in blue, parenthesis, x minus x1, close parenthesis. So if I do this work, y minus y1, what's y1? Negative 6 equals m, what's m? Negative 3/4. You should know that because they tell you that it's parallel. If it's not parallel, you don't have that same slope. And then you have x minus x1. What's x1? 4. There's your point-slope form equation. But what form do they want it to be in? Slope-intercept, correct? Slope-intercept, it says right there. So they want the y by itself. They don't want the parentheses. So what I would do is actually distribute. Let me move it over here. I would actually distribute negative 3/4 times x. That would give me negative 3/4 x. And negative 3/4 times negative 4. Well, a negative times a negative is a positive. And this 4 down here is going to cancel with that 4 up there. So it's kind of like if you had a 4 over 1. And the 4 down here cancels with that 4. But the 3 times 1 ends up giving you a 3. So that's plus 3. And of course, you're going to bring down the equal sign and the y plus 6. Then you're going to get y by itself because that's what they're asking for. So you're going to subtract 6. Subtract 6. Y equals negative 3/4 x minus 3 is your final answer right there. Now the next one's probably the most interesting one because they want it in slope-intercept form. And they tell you that your line passes through the following point and is perpendicular to the given equation. So perpendicular means opposite reciprocal slopes. So which one would you like to see, 11 or 12? 12? Okay. And you could probably find this on the old videos also from the homework. But again, they give you a x1, y1. And do they give you a slope right here? Could you see the slope? Is the slope 3? Heck no. This is in standard form. You need to first change it to slope-intercept so you could actually see the slope. So that's what I want to do. I want to first change it to slope-intercept. I want to subtract x. I want to have 3y equals negative x plus 6. Then I'm going to divide everything by 3. And I'll have y equals negative 1 over 3, because there's an invisible 1 in front of the x, with the x at the end, plus 2. This is my, no, this is the slope that they give me. This is the equation that they give me. Now, the only thing I care about is being able to see the slope. And the slope here happens to be negative 1/3. However, our slope, because it's perpendicular, we know it's going to be an opposite reciprocal of this slope. Again, our slope, our m value, is going to be opposite reciprocal of negative 1/3. So what's our slope going to be? 3. That's right, 3. Positive 3. You change the sign, you flip the fraction, you get a positive 3. So all of this work right here, I don't need it anymore. The only thing I care about is my slope. I don't need any of this anymore. I already found out my slope. My slope is 3. Now I could go back to the fun stuff on 12, where I know the point, I know the slope, I could write it in point-slope form. Point-slope form is y minus y1. What's y1? Negative 1. Oh, negative 6. Yeah, I messed up. Equals m. Now what is m? M is 3, parenthesis, x minus x1. X minus negative 1. And of course, you're going to have y plus 6 when you change them. And you're going to have, if you distribute the 3 to both of those, you're going to have 3x plus 3. And your final step would be to subtract 6 from both sides. So y equals 3x minus 3 if you subtract 6 from both sides. And that's your final answer there. And last but not least, we're going to have a multi-step problem where I give you 2 points. You need to find the slope, use a point to write it in point-slope form, and manipulate your point-slope form equation to all the other forms, standard form, slope-intercept form. So I recommend you guys go back and find a video from before where we did all this. There was videos from last week that we did all this. And you should be able to be ready for your retake after that.